Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Ethan Fetterman here today. Having a little bit of food. And this is going to be part 5 on what if Deku had the Speed Force. When we last left off, Aizawa did his quirk assessment test on the students. And Mineta got expelled. So since no one commented on who in Class 1B should be moved over, I'm just gonna go off and just say Kendo, which is the big hands chick. Got myself a couple bit of bag of twisties. Cheese flavor, and they're delicious. So, since Kendall's going to be in Class 1A, someone needs to come over in Class 1B. So I'm gonna have Shinso, the mind control dude. I'm gonna have him join Class 1B. So now is the Heroes versus Villains test, and the teams are going to be the exact same, including the team that Mineta was on, because I can't be bothered just trying to switch everything up and being how every single match went. So Mineta swapped with Kendo, or Kendo swapped with Mineta. So everyone starts walking out in all their hero suits. I'm going to say Deku's hero suit is going to be the same as the fourth season's Flash suit, which looks like the best Flash suit that any season of the Flash has, and we're up to 6 seasons. So you can tell it's a good suit. So I don't have a picture right now, so just look up on Google the Flash Seasons 4 suit. So he has that suit. So everyone actually turns around and sees him. And everyone's like, that's an awesome suit. And Deku was like, oh yeah, it's made from a reinforced tripolymer that's heat and friction resistance. Or it has those things. And everyone's like, oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, so, and Deku just is like, yeah, it can handle my speed, and it can handle the heat that I'm traveling at. And they're like, okay. And All Might was like, listen, you bunch of newbies. And does the same thing. And I think I said this earlier, but the teams are going to be the exact same, so it's Team Bakugo versus Team Midoriya. Sorry. The first thing that happens, Deku at this point can already run on water and up buildings. So Deku just zips around the entire building trying to find the bomb. He locates the bomb, and using his earpiece, he told Uraraka that he found the bomb and it's on 1 level, or it's on the 5th level, or whatever it is. And Uraraka uses her quirk to float herself up to the 5th floor. And Bakugo and Ida are like, what's taking them so long? And Deku rushes in through the window, and Ida and Bakugo are like, what? And Deku just comes in with a flurry of punches, he comes in with a flurry of speed punches, where he just throws a bunch of fists really fast and knocks Ida out like that. He's out like a light, fam. He's basically like out. And then Bucko's like, you you won't you can't escape this, and was about to explode, and he feels hands on his back, and he starts to float, and he already started exploding, so he shot his explosion and flew right back into the wall, knocked himself out, and sorry, and I forgot his name, Deku. I forgot his name, and Deku used his speed, and with the tape he wrapped him up, and he got Uraraka to touch the bomb. And the only people that is Team Bakugo, so everything's like that. And next is the USJ, and all of the teams, they went, the ones who won in canon, and the ones who lost in canon lost. So now it's the USJ. Everyone's in their suits. Deku's still in his Flash Season 4 suit. And I can't remember what happens next. Yeah, do they get to 13? They get to the USJ, and 13 is there explaining what the USJ is. Sorry, got a bit of fruit stuck in my teeth. And the villain portal starts opening. And Aizawa's just like, he turns to see it, and the students, he turns back to the students like, 13, keep them safe. This is real. These are real villains. And then everyone is like, oh my god, what are we supposed to do? Deku's the class rep, obviously. So, and everyone looks at him and is like, okay, I know what to do. Just all of you stay calm. Do what the heroes do, what the teachers tell you to do. I'll be right back. And they're like, where are you going? He's like, I'm gonna go and get All Might. And Barry, I was about to say Barry. Deku knows how to phase, so he's about to zoom off, and everyone thinks that they're like, what about the door? And Deku's just like, don't worry about it. Phases through, and then like 2 minutes later, Deku just phases through the door, runs down to help Aizawa, and everyone sees the light, like the speed lightning that was behind him, and they're like, Midoriya's back. And Deku enters Flash time, which is, from the perspective of the Flash, everyone is running or just moving very, 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 very slowly. It's in like one of the last episodes of Season 4. I think it's called Enter Flash Time. It's a good episode. I think that's what it's called, but think about that. So Deku enters Flash Time, that he calls it, and just starts throwing hands at some of the villains that were going to KO Aizawa. So Deku just knocks them out, and Shigaraki's like, this kid. He's fast, but is he faster than my Nomu? And Deku notices this, and he orders the Nomu to kill Midoriya. And he's like, Nomu, kill that kid in the red. And since, well, even before Deku got to Aizawa and helped him, he is so fast now that he can break Mach 3.3. Yeah. So he's very fast. So he ran through the door to tell All Might and all of that, and they hear a big boom, and that was Midoriya breaking the sound barrier, and everyone's like, "What?" Phases through, helps out all of his friends in class, defeating all of their villains for him, and then coming in, and everyone's seeing this, like seeing and heard Shigaraki tell the Nomu to kill the kid in red, and Nomu starts charging at him at his full speed, and Deck was like he was somewhat surprised at how fast the Nomu was, and he was like, "Damn." And he phases, and the Nomu's punch just goes right through him, and Deku just starts running circles around the Nomu, throwing a bunch of speed punches until the Nomu was like, ah, and just swings like a backhand like that and smashes Midoriya off and hits or just rolls along the floor and hits like a rock or something. And Midoriya's like, I need to be faster. And he was actually training on this one technique that he's not sure that he can do. So he's like, he's like, my dog. He's loud. So he's like, might as well try this, and starts running, and just running around circles around him. And he runs up the stairs and back, and everyone's like, "What's he doing?" And he stops and lets the lightning flow over, and just directs it at the Nomu. And yes, he has perfected the technique of throwing lightning, which Barry did in season 2. Yeah, in season 2, episode 2, I think. So Deku now knows how to throw lightning. And the Nomu is shocked by this. Like, literally shocked. He's like, "Ugh," and hit the floor. And Deku's like, again. Does the same thing and shocks him again. And the Nomu stands up again, and Deku's like, looks like I'm gonna have to do a lot more. And just shoots off and does like a massive tornado that's around the Nomu. And they see just the flashes of light constantly, just flash, 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 flash. And it was Deku throwing lightning constantly at the Nomu. And by this time, the Nomu is almost defeated. And it just punches the floor as hard as it can to create a shockwave that throws Deku off balance and hits Deku hard. And I mean hard. And Deku goes flying into the steps and creates a massive like dent where he hits and all the steps like and the only thing that's there is Deku. Motorbike. And Deku's like, and everyone comes up to him. They're like, "Class rep, are you okay?" And he's like, I think I think I broke a couple ribs. And they're like, "Well, you should stop fighting." All Might's almost here. It's like, when it gets here, we'll all be dead. It's time. I need to do this. And he stands up, serious, like how All Might was, where he wasn't smiling. You know, okay, I'm just gonna put this in. When I first watched My Hero and saw that, I was like, holy fuck, what's going to happen? And everyone's like, he's serious. And Deku goes for a supersonic punch, which at this point can kill Deku right now, since he's so damaged. One off move and he's dead. He outfoot the count. So Deku starts running faster than he's ever been before. breaking Mark 4. Big boom. Deku runs back up to the top of the stairs and then runs all the way back down, jumping and going, ah! Bang! Hits the Nomu leg where you can start to see his brain. He hits him there with the supersonic punch, and they literally see a shockwave. It's like hit and then shockwave. You can just see the distortions, and then All Might busts in. Deku's arm is completely broken, but it will heal in like 3 hours, so whatever. And All Might's like, everyone is shocked of how powerful Deku is, and All Might zooms in and is like, "You will not hurt these kids." Shigaraki is like, "Well, what's the portal dude?" Okay, Kogiri. He's like, "Kogiri, we need to leave. Forget the others." And he's like, "Okay." And then All Might gets Deku to the hospital, or gets him to Recovery Girl. And Recovery Girl does little, like, not surgery, but she does put like little thing on his arm that can like support it, and it was like, he'll be fine. And All Might's like, oh, thank God. And the students were like, that was scary as fuck. And then USJ ends. So this is where I'm going to leave the video of this part. If you want to, well, I'm going to do a next part tomorrow maybe. Next video is definitely going to be the sports festival. So if you like the video, leave a like, let me know what you think of the video, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Stay golden.